Alright, good evening, Arkansas. This is Assistant Chief Forecaster Ken back here once again. I'm here to give you guys your evening forecast update for today here. So, first and foremost, we don't have much going on across the board right now. That will change as we get towards later on tonight into the early part of your Thursday morning here. Also, we're going to keep an eye on the weekend, and also I'm going to talk to you guys about next week as well, because things could be potentially getting active for us here in Arkansas. So, before we get into that, let's go ahead and talk about temperatures real quickly here. So, we got 66 already in the metro, 63 down there towards Arkadelphia, 66 in Camden, 64 in El Dorado, 73 still in Texarkana, 72 in DeQueen, 68 in Mena, 68 in Fort Smith, 66 in Fayetteville, 63 up there towards Bentonville, 72 in Mount Holmes, 70 in Jasper at this point, 66 in Jonesboro, and 66 over there towards Memphis at this current time here. So as I said before, I've been talking to you guys about this on the last couple of days, that we're going to be watching this weak cold front that's going to make its way through Arkansas as we get towards later tonight and into tomorrow. Not expecting a big-time cool-off with temperatures, however, it will bring some noticeably cooler air and some noticeably drier air into the natural state. Now, in terms of rainfall potential, I'm not expecting a whole lot of rainfall with this, guys, because of the fact that we have limited moisture here. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch over to our dew points. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean about the limited moisture here. So this is the moisture beginning to come back into Arkansas to respond to the frontal boundary. And I'm going to show you guys dew point temperatures right now. So dew points in the mid to upper 50s to low 60s. And that means that the moisture supply is very, very limited. It's just enough to cause some scattered showers and thunderstorm activity overnight. No severe weather, no heavy rainfall, anything like that expected during the overnight hours. So I should take that back. There may be some localized heavy rainfall if you get lucky enough a storm can actually get going tonight. Then you may see that in localized areas here. But in terms of severe weather potential, severe weather is no-go for tonight. No severe weather is expected, but as I said before, just keep that in mind tonight. If a random thunderstorm comes over your location tonight, just keep in mind we're not expecting any sort of severe weather. Given that it's nighttime, the nocturnal version may make those thunderstorms a little bit louder during the overnight hours if they actually get going. And so therefore, we don't have a lot of moisture to work with. So I'm going to show you guys the Futurecast right here in just a little bit. But as you can see behind the frontal boundary here, you got dew points in the 30s and low 40s over here. So that's that drier, cooler air that's going to be moving down into Arkansas as we get towards later tonight and into your Thursday here. So speaking of which, let's go ahead and talk about your Futurecast run real quickly here, guys. And Futurecast tells a story about what we're going to be looking at as we get towards the overnight hours here. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of clear this off for just a second. I'm going to show you guys the reflectivity, and I'm also going to show you guys our new product that we're still trying to work on here on the page here. So this is looking just zoomed down in Arkansas here. And as I said before, this is what we got going at this point. And I'm going to go ahead and take you guys out to about 10 o'clock tonight here. So this is before the frontal boundary is going to be making its way through Arkansas as we get towards later tonight and into tomorrow. Late tonight into the early part of your tomorrow here. But I can't rule out maybe a scattered shower or storm here nearby. Some areas may get really, really lucky during the overnight hours, and some areas may not see a drop at all. There we are as we get towards 3 o'clock in the morning here. So there's a little bit of shower and thunderstorm activity that may develop as we get towards 3 a.m. Take you guys out to about 4 a.m. I realize I do not have a timing thing out for you guys, so bear with me for just a second. I'm going to get that information up for you guys. So there it is right there in the corner. So about 4 a.m., we got some shower, even some thunderstorm activity ongoing from Little Rock down towards Atkins, towards the Searcy area here. So we'll have to watch it closely as we get towards later tonight into tomorrow. No severe weather is expected. And speaking of which, I can actually show you guys that graphically here. So this is day one. By the way, no risk, and this is for day 2. So no risk of severe weather. There is a marginal risk out to our east, but it's not going to affect us here in Arkansas. So with that being said, it's about 5 o'clock in the morning here, getting ready for work, getting ready for school, first thing in the morning. There may be some showers, maybe a thunderstorm or two during the morning hours. I'm not really overly confident with the rainfall chances. It's just hit and miss during this period here. I'll take you guys out to about 6 o'clock in the morning here, same thing. And by, I would say, about 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, it should be completely getting out of the natural state by this time, and that frontal boundary should be making its way through Arkansas. So this is about 9 a.m. It should be completely out of Arkansas by this point. I can show you guys temperatures real quickly here, along with our wind profile with this. So you're going to see about 9 o'clock in the morning, those winds are really going to start coming out from the northwest here. So some cooler, some drier air is going to be moving down into Arkansas as we get towards tomorrow here. There's your winds coming in as well here. So some northerly to northwesterly winds as we get towards tomorrow here. Looking at your dew points as well. That should be pulling up here shortly here, guys. There's your dew points. Give me 1 second. Go over to dew points. Okay, so there's dew points at this point here. So you can definitely see where your drier air is starting to come into the natural state by the time we get towards 9 o'clock and take you guys out all the way to about 1 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow. That drier air should really be into the natural state by this point. And then down there in southern Arkansas, that's where the moisture may still linger on down here, but we'll have to wait and see on all that. This is just the dew points at this point here. Now, as I said before, guys, we are monitoring next week here, and I'm going to take you guys out all the way till next Tuesday here, and I'm going to show you guys the 500 millibar level. So bear with me for just a second. I'm going to take you guys out all the way to about the 26 here. So the 26 puts us right around next Tuesday here. Now, the 18Z GFS has backed off of this just a little bit, but you can definitely see where your storm system is out towards the west, and this is going to start pushing towards the east as we get towards the 27th here. So I'm going to zoom this down and show you guys this graphically here in Arkansas. So this is going to be making its way to Arkansas, so you can definitely see it on your left side of your screen. We'll take this out all the way to about the 27th, right around 4 o'clock in the afternoon here. So there's your system starting to pull out across this area here, but what the GFS does is that system down there in the East Pacific comes through first, and this is what we're going to have to watch as we get towards next Tuesday and Wednesday here. And you're looking at the 500 millibar level right now. You're thinking, man, there's not much going on across the board here. So I'm going to show you guys this real quick. So this is the barometrical lines, basically just telling us where areas of low pressure are, etc. here. So we're looking about 4 or 5 o'clock next Wednesday here, and I believe the 18Z may have backed off a little bit of that trough coming through. Give me 1 second. We'll kind of make sure that it didn't back off on me real quickly here. Okay, so there it is. Actually, matter of fact, there it is down here. So what it does, it develops a upper level low down here in Texas. I'm going to show you guys this graphically. Just 1 second. Okay, so what it does, it develops this upper level low down here in Texas, and it swings it through Arkansas as we get towards the next Wednesday and the next Thursday time frame here. So just looking at it real quickly here, there it is right there. So it develops it in southern Texas, and what happens is here in Arkansas is that it brings rainfall chances to us here in a natural state. So we're going to look at total precipitation real quickly here. Give me 1 second to get this off your screen. And this is what we got for total precipitation here. So in terms of rainfall here, guys, we're looking right around 1 to 2 inches of rain down there in southern Arkansas if you were to go with the GFS. Lower amounts to the north, and that's therefore this is going off of run by run. So you're not going to get a severe risk anytime soon because of the fact that computer model guidance is all over the place with this system next week here. So I'm going to take you guys out all the way to the 30th here to show you guys the projected rainfall if you were to go with the GFS here. So GFS, about 1 to 2 inches of rain down here in southern Arkansas, near an inch up here in central, and then half an inch to an inch up there in northern Arkansas here. So that's something that we're going to have to watch carefully over the next couple of days here as we get towards the weekend. Is that system that's going to be emerging out from the west, and it's going to start pushing towards Arkansas as we get towards later in the week here. Now, just some preliminary looks here real quickly here while I have you guys in this video. We are going to kind of take a look at Halloween here. So I'm going to take you guys out all the way to about, let's take you guys out to about 7 p.m. So this is 7 p.m. on Halloween at this point here, and it doesn't have hardly anything for us here in Arkansas. No rainfall here. Let's go ahead and talk about temperatures, and temperatures by this point down in the 50s by the time we get towards 7 p.m. around that trick-or-treating time frame here. So if you were to go with the 18Z GFS, we're talking Daytime highs possibly in the 60s and 70s, overnight lows. I can show you overnight lows real quickly here. So I'm going to take you guys out all the way to about 4 o'clock in the morning, November 1st here. You're talking overnight lows by this point down in the 40s here. So not bad. Daytime highs for Halloween. Let's go back just for a second. And there it is. So daytime highs for Halloween. 60s for highs, overnight lows in the 40s here. So you can't beat that. Beat that right now. So we're still a little ways out from Halloween. We're talking past 10 days out, so we'll keep you guys informed on that. But right now, at least look for increased rainfall chances as we get towards next week. The severe threat right now, very, very uncertain right now. We cannot depend on the overall severe threat right now because guidance is all over the place at this point. We'll keep you guys informed on all that. So let's go back home and let's go ahead and show you guys your forecast here. So for tomorrow, Northwest Arkansas, 20% chance of rain here. Tomorrow in the AM outlook, I may bump that up to about 30-40% for much of Arkansas. We'll have to wait and see if that rainfall can actually get going during the overnight hours here. But regardless, temperatures are going to be a lot cooler tomorrow, down into the 60s for highs, overnight lows in the 40s. By the time we get towards the weekend here, some rain showers, even some thunderstorms will be possible as we get towards your Saturday and Sunday, because what's going to happen is the front boundary that's going to swing through Arkansas tomorrow is going to return back to north as a warm front by the time we get towards the weekend. So some scattered shower storms could be possible by that point. Severe weather looks very limited throughout the rest of this week and into the weekend here. But regardless, temperatures are going to be climbing back into the 70s, even some upper 70s, some low 80s could be possible as well. Overnight lows back into the 60s. By the time we get towards early next week, there's a lot of uncertainty on what happens with that system. Better call right now, 20 to 30% chance of rain here with the front boundary potentially coming through as we get towards Wednesday here. We'll have to wait and see on all that. Expect a lot of changes with that forecast for early next week. We'll keep you guys informed on that. But by then, overnight lows could be back down into the 50s. There's still a lot of uncertainty regarding temperature, precipitation, who sees what here. But at least it looks to be active as we get towards the early part of next week here. Same thing for Central Arkansas, 20% possible tomorrow, maybe bumped up in that AM outlook, so be sure to look out for that first thing in the morning. We'll get you guys right around the low 70s for tomorrow here. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that as well. I wasn't too confident going 60s in Central Arkansas, but with the overnight data, and we'll have to wait and see what the air mass looks like behind the front boundary. We may have to tweak those temperatures a little bit first thing in the morning here. So overnight lows tomorrow night back down into the 40s here. So enjoy the 40s while it's here, guys. Because by the time we get towards the weekend, we're going right back into the upper 70s, low 80s, and overnight lows in the 60s here. And then by the time we get towards early next week, lots of uncertainty here. But at least it does look active with high temperatures in the upper 70s, even some low 80s could be possible. And overnight lows back down into the upper 50s by the time we get towards the Wednesday time frame here. Same thing for Southern Arkansas, 20% possible tomorrow. I have to wait and see what happens. Down there in Southern Arkansas, I think 20% will cover you guys down there. All computer model guidance don't have much of the way of rainfall. And even if you do see rainfall tomorrow, during overnight hours tonight and into tomorrow, guys, I'm not expecting a whole lot of accumulation with it. I'm not expecting a whole lot of heavy rainfall potential with it, but we'll keep you guys updated on that. But regardless, temperatures look to increase as we get towards the weekend, back into the low 80s, overnight lows back into the mid 60s, and then by the time we get towards early next week, there is some potential of a cold front coming through to Wednesday. I have enough confidence to put it in the forecast as of now, but I'm telling you guys now, be on the lookout for a lot of changes coming your way as we get towards early next week here. We'll keep you guys posted right here on your source for all things Arkansas weather.